It's thinking about it. We're live.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys. How's it going? We haven't done one of these in a long time.
We're really awkward.
We're a little awkward. Who's here? Who's here? Two Broke Mice is here, and Lauren's here, and Melinda's here, and Jen's here. Oh my gosh, everyone's here.
Everyone's here.
Also, just letting you guys know, Kayla had some weird acid reflux thing happen like 20 minutes ago. So if I run away suddenly, it's because my throat's burning. It's fine. I'm fine. Just letting y'all know that.
Yep.
Before we get too crazy. But how's it going? How is everybody? Tell us, how is life?
How
is everyone surviving? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Tiffany's here.
So, what are we doing? I'm not asking, I'm just like...
We're live streaming. That's what we're doing.
Obviously.
So we have all kinds of things that we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
First of all, welcome. We're really glad that you guys are able to join us for this live stream. I guess kind of the big thing is we hit like a huge milestone for us, and that is 1,000 subscribers, which I'm like super jazzed about.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of a funny story. Oh, hi, Tibbs.
Tibbs will know this story.
It's kind of a funny story. I was actually at church, and I was talking to our associate pastor, and I was like, yeah, we're like so close. We need like 9 more people. And he was like, all right, we're doing this. And so he goes up to these people that I have no idea who they are. And I'm just like, oh no, this poor family. And he's like, guys, they have this awesome YouTube channel, and you guys, she needs like 9 more. And so he got like all of them to subscribe like at that moment. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. But it got us there, and it was, I don't know, it was a fun story. So there's that for you guys if you care.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're just kind of kicking off and celebrating. We had a Q&A. So on Instagram a few days ago, I asked you guys to hit me up with some questions.
You guys asked some good questions.
I'm excited. There are some really good questions in here. And so we'll just kind of jump right on into those. And if you have more questions.
Oh my gosh, Jen.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You're too nice.
Thank you, Jen.
I forgot that that's a thing now that can happen.
Our first ever super chat.
Wow. Love you.
Thank you, Jen.
But yeah, I'm really excited about these questions. So
yeah, and if you didn't ask a question, be sure to put your questions in the chat.
Yes.
Well, we'll go through those.
We'll answer as many of these as we can.
Yes.
So let me figure out.
Yeah, Jen, you are our first super chat. So
you win the prize. I don't know what that prize is, but okay. So let's see. Which one do I want to do first?
You should just go in order so you don't skip them.
Well, they're not really in order, so we'll do this one. This one's fun. Seashells and Pixie Dust asked, how did you guys meet? So we actually did kind of a whole video about this, but it was a while back. Do you want to tell them the story?
We met in college.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, your roommate at the time had a thing for me.
Yeah.
And so I went over to her room and met you. And then we were like, wait, aren't you that girl that sits in front of me in choir?
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's how we met. We met at school.
Yep. And we were friends for...
We would have met eventually because... Yeah, we would have met eventually because our college only had like
600 people.
And that
was the whole
it.
college,
Yeah.
not like our grade. Like the whole college is like 600 people.
Yeah.
# private Christian college.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That was how we met.
Yep.
And then the rest is history.
Yep.
But not like super exciting, but you know, kind of fun.
Celebrating 1,000 subscribers with DVC.
I wish.
Yeah, if we had the money,
Yeah.
I would totally do it.
Maybe someday.
Yes. So, yeah, I think we would move to Orlando before we did that.
Yes. We'll talk about that later. Oh, this was another one that I love this question. Do you guys go left or right when you go into the countries at Epcot?
We've done both.
Yeah. I prefer to go to Mexico first.
Yeah, I do too.
Just because I think that half of World Showcase is my favorite half. Because, like, I love Mexico and I love just, like, that whole area is, like, those are all my favorite. However, I feel like he would say the opposite.
I don't know. I really don't have a favorite because I like Leal for breakfast.
That's, like, in the back, though.
Well, I mean, but you still have to go right.
Drop it in the comments. Which way do you guys go?
Melinda goes right.
Left or right?
I mean, we've done both, but we've also gone left to go to Frozen. And so, although I bet a lot of people will start going right, all of you guys are going to start going right when Ratatouille opens.
Oh.
No one's going left.
That's true.
Unless they're drinking a margarita at 9:00 in the morning.
That's a good point. I wonder if when that ride opens, if they'll have more stuff, like if the pavilions will open earlier.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know. I feel like they're starting to spread everybody out into the pavilions now.
Jen may be going left. Yeah. I don't want to fight that crowd either. No, yeah.
That's tough. I think it depends on the day and depends on what we're doing. But personally, like, I like to go to Mexico first. So that's just me.
You just like your 9 a.m. margaritas?
Yeah. I'm on vacation. Why not? Okay. Speaking of which, Two Broke Mice says, which Epcot festival is your favorite? Flower and Garden.
Yeah.
100%.
Although I will say we've never done Festival of the Arts, but I think if
we went to that would be my favorite. Yeah. Just because you guys know me, I'm the artsy craftsy person, and like everything about that festival is like my dream. But you know,
yeah,
we never get to go. So someday we will.
Although, spoiler, we're gonna talk about something big about why we could potentially go to that festival in the future.
Yeah, but I don't want to spoil it yet.
Yeah.
So you guys got to keep watching to find out. Cool.
Yeah, Lauren, that's a great point. It's already open up till France for the festivals anyway. So yeah, like we've done that where we kind of lay all for breakfast, and it's like it's the best thing.
Right.
And it smells delicious, and I just want one of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Flower and Garden.
I do really like Flower and Garden. This is weird, but I like the food at Flower and Garden better than I like the food at Food and Wine.
Yeah, I do too.
Which you would think it would be the other way. I feel like I think at Flower and Garden they do a lot better with like the presentation, and it's a lot more about like the fresh stuff, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of like really heavy food at Food and Wine. There's definitely a lot more to eat at Food and Wine, but I don't know. I just feel like I overall like the environment of Flower and Garden.
Some of my favorite dishes are from Flower and Garden. Mm-hmm. Like trowel and trellis. Oh, my favorite booth.
So good. So good.
Frushi is my favorite. We haven't had that yet.
We haven't.
What is that at Flower and Garden? Lauren, what festival is that at?
I feel like
Violet Lemonade is very good.
Oh my gosh, WDW couple did a like copycat recipe for that, and it was so cool because they used actual like violets for one of them, and it made it the exact color. And I was like, it like blew my mind.
It looked really gross though when they were like first doing it because it looked like yellow, like it looked like tea.
Yeah, it was so weird.
And then they blended it and it
they like
purple.
freaked out too. They were like, Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Flower and Garden has the frushi. That's what I was thinking. We didn't get that though.
No, I think we got too full. We always get too full by the time we get to that area.
Yeah, we always go like
we
always go like really hard like on the first halves because normally what we'll do it in like 2 days and then we go like one half and then we do like
and then
Italy.
The back
yeah,
is like we're always like it's too full.
What we need to do is like go straight to the back and then work our way around.
Yes. Let's see what else. Which Disney meet and greet was your favorite one? Ooh, that's hard. There's like 3 of them in my brain.
Sorcerer Mickey?
Yeah. I think that one was really fun. Because Sorcerer Mickey is my absolute favorite, like forever. But it was really cute because they, like at the end, his little like
dun,
song.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
That started,
is that the song?
Yeah, that started playing, and he like was like dancing.
He was dancing.
Like, because we were just like, oh, this is your song, and he was like conducting, and it was very cute.
Yeah,
it was super cute.
Flick was really fun.
That was cute too. Tiana.
Oh, Tiana.
Really fun. She was really good.
Yeah.
She was talking about beignets and like all this
and
stuff.
Ice cream.
And I just love her little accent. It was so freaking cute.
Yeah.
Loved it. It was a lot of fun.
We met Anna and Elsa and got a video of them both saying happy birthday to your coworker's daughter.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was adorable. I like cried a little bit because that was way back in like 2017 when we went. And that was like the very first thing we did. Cause it was like it was our first day. We had gone up, we had rushed Frozen. And right after that we went and met Anna and Elsa. And I was like so overwhelmed. So I was like sitting there like crying in this video. And I'm like, this is, wow.
Yeah.
You need to get a hold of yourself, Kayla.
Yeah. Lauren, this is our new apartment.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk more about that later.
Well, we can talk about that now.
Okay.
So we moved apartments. It's the same complex. So the story goes back a few months ago. Both units on either side of us were empty. And we kept hearing this bang, bang, bang on the wall for like 2 weeks. We were like, what is happening? Well, then one night we saw that there was like lights on. And so we looked in there and they had completely remodeled it. So like new floor, new walls, like everything was just totally redone. And so we were like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Like we want that. And so we emailed the office lady, but they had already leased it. And so I was like, dang, well, let us know whenever you get another one that you've remodeled. So then back in May, they were like, oh, we have one that we're remodeling and it's like the same thing that you guys are in. And we were just like, yes, we'll take it. I don't even care. I want it. And so it's the same
layout
thing. It's the same layout. It just has like a dark hardwood floor, apartment hardwood floors. Yeah. The gray wall versus like the beige colored wall and like white trim. We have like all new appliances.
Stainless steel.
Amazing. And like new carpet upstairs. And they did like new mirrors in the bathroom. And we're going to do like a whole like tour of our apartment at some point. So you'll get to see everything, but I'm like over the moon with how it all turned out. But then that also stemmed, let's redo everything. And so we bought like new furniture and
our new art,
new decorations, and we spent way too much money, but we had to cancel a Disney trip. So why not?
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yep. Two Broke Mice asked, do you drive or fly?
Always fly.
Always.
I hate driving.
How let me see how
it would take us a long time. I'm gonna guess like 16 hours or more.
It's so long, it's like taking forever to live.
Oh, 20 hours. Yeah, that's a heck no for me.
Almost 20, almost 21.
What do you guys like? Do you guys like car trips or do you prefer to fly? I'm always in the boat where like I have a kind of a messed up back a little bit. And so sitting in a car for that long is not enjoyable. And so he's always like, let's go on a road trip. I'm like, that sounds like torture.
I love road trips. So fun fact about me. So I grew up in Illinois and then I lived in Arizona from 2005 to 2011. And then I came to Kansas for school. That's where we met. And one time, like I drove from Arizona to Kansas and it was 17 hours. I drove by myself nonstop and I did it all in one day by myself.
Nope. That just sounds terrible.
I only stopped for like bathroom and gas. I like packed food with me so that I wouldn't have to stop and that I could like eat in the car to like keep myself awake. It sounds really stupid. It was a really stupid idea. But
I also agree with you, Lauren. If it is more than I can handle 5 hours. Like that's like what it takes to get to Beaver Lake, whereas somewhere we like to vacation.
Yeah.
That I can handle that. More than that is like.
We did 10 hours to my family in Illinois, and I thought you were going to shoot yourself by the end.
Yeah.
Not of the trip, but like of the drive.
And it was just like all corn and you couldn't see anything. And I was like feeling claustrophobic.
It's a classic Midwest for you.
Don't like it. Let's see.
What's another question you got?
Notes for Mozart said, did you go to post-secondary school? And if so, how did you budget? So,
student loans.
Yeah. Don't do that. Here's the thing. We were enlightened to Dave Ramsey things after we got married.
Yeah.
So before that, we were not making the wisest financial decisions. Again, hashtag private Christian college, hashtag too much debt.
Yep.
So what we suggest is honestly go to community college and get your associates first. If you are going to college, go to community college and get as much of that for as cheap or as little amount of cost as possible, because honestly, that part doesn't matter. It really does not matter where you go. It is going to be the same anywhere. And it is not worth it to pay to go to an expensive school for that. Now for your like major, like those classes and things, yes, go to the school that you want to. But honestly, like get a job and pay things off as you're going. Like, and it's really hard to do that. But the more of that you can do, it seriously will pay off. Like it is so worth it. When you are able to be done with school and have the option to do anything that you want to do, like that is so much more worth it than going to a really expensive, nice school to get this degree. And then you can't actually do what you want to do because you're in so much debt that you can't live where you want to live. You can't live the way that you want to live because you're so focused on paying off this debt. And like, honestly, like we're still in that boat where, I mean, we've been really blessed and fortunate that our parents helped us out a lot with some things. And we were, like really pushing hard to get that stuff like done and taken care of.
Yeah.
But we still like, there's still things that we want to do in life that we can't because we still have the student debt that we're trying to pay off. And so that's my whole rant with that. But like, honestly, work and pay off as much as you possibly can while you're in school, while you're not paying interest, and use those community colleges to your advantage. Cause those will really,
because we're still paying off my student loans. Granted, we knocked a lot of that out.
Because we had to cancel our trip.
Yep.
And that was a 2-week-long trip. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
And so that definitely was able to knock out quite a huge chunk because we weren't going on that. So
Yeah, which that kind of segues us. Didn't someone ask like if we're going?
There was several people that asked if we were going, when we're going, if we would go. Right now, with the way things are, no. To me, because it is very expensive to go.
Because we fly.
We fly, and we like to stay on property, and we like to enjoy our vacations, and so we tend to kind of, I don't want to say we go all out, but we kind of go all out. And the fact that so many things are not going to be available, and the mask thing drives me crazy, which I know is super controversial, and we're not going to get into that, but basically, like, just the idea of having to wear that outside in Florida all day long stresses me out.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it right now. We're just not going to do it. And so we do want to go again.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're waiting until things start to calm down.
Yeah.
I
think for us, so we both work in jobs where we have to wear masks, and like we've gotten to the point like where we're used to them. We wear them, and it's just we want it to be vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not that we're against the masks or anything, but it just, I don't know. To me, it just would not feel like much of a vacation. And so that's why we decided to wait.
Yeah. Also, hi, Allie.
Hello.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those, like, if you're someone who lives in Florida or you live like within driving distance and it's not that expensive for you to go, I think like if we lived in driving distance, yeah, we would totally go.
Yeah.
But I think it's so far. That's such a huge commitment.
I mean, we could probably get super cheap airline tickets.
Yeah.
But even still, it would probably cost at least $500 for the both of us. And that's like crazy, like normally crazy good. But it's still 500. Like that's
a lot.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we're hoping for potentially early next year.
Yeah. Or who knows?
Maybe fall. I don't know.
But there's
a lot of things up in the air.
So the other thing besides like that it's so expensive is that if we decided to go and come back, I don't know about you, but I like.
Oh yeah, we'd have to be quarantined.
We'd have to be quarantined for 2 weeks, and
that's too much. I can't take that much time.
Yeah, we can't. And so yeah.
But I guess this kind of segues into our big announcement, and that is I quit my job.
Well, kind of.
So, I've talked about this before. I worked at a bridal shop. So I sell bridal gowns, and I've been there. It would be 5 years in August, and I do love my job. Don't get me wrong. But there's been a lot of things like just kind of lining up and being placed in our lap over the past, I would say like 6 months or so. I opened my Etsy shop, and I've really loved doing that. And it's been a lot more fruitful than I had expected it to be, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And I just, through a series of things that have just been happening, I've really been opening my eyes to the fact that I'm not supposed to be there anymore. And I'm supposed to be creating. I am made to create. I am made to be a maker. And through YouTube and through Etsy and through some of those other venues, it's like been like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. And if you guys want to get like real here for a minute, we were cleaning out we were cleaning because we were moving. And
Ashley and Christian are here.
Hi guys.
They're some friends of ours.
You guys should go check them out because they do a lot of like
they travel
world travel, and they go some really cool places. So
where all have you guys been? Mexico.
They've been everywhere.
Canada.
They've been so many
They
places.
took a cruise. I don't even know. I can't keep up with you guys.
So anyway, so I was cleaning and I found this note of a prophetic word that had been spoken over me several years ago. And in that note, it literally was talking about how I was a creator and I am meant to be bringing joy and painting, and not literally painting, but like doing art and like putting my art out into the world. And like, I totally forgot I even had that. And it was just so random that I just happened to find that in this season of life that I was just like, wow, okay, here we go. Like that's an affirmation if I ever heard one. So yeah, so I'm hoping to maybe be working part-time at that job just because, you know, I need to not be like totally crazy. But
well, and the other thing is that you were furloughed for a month.
It was 9 weeks.
Was it really?
No, it was a little less than that. It was about 2 months.
Dang. I don't even know where this year's
it was like halfway through March and we didn't go until like halfway through May or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and I was working from home for about 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so we were together a good chunk of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nice because like she would come like sit down on the couch and like that chair right there. That was my office at the kitchen table. And so she would sit on the couch, watch TV or something. I'd work. And it was just so nice because at the end of the day, I would just come over and we do dinner. And it was so nice because we had all that time together. And we really realized like how much we valued each other in our time together.
Mm-hmm.
And so.
Well, and it was one of those things too, like I was still working, like not for my job, but I was working constantly, trying to get my Etsy shop open and getting like all of that stuff, like trying to make videos and like doing all that stuff. Like I was very, very busy with all of that. And it's been super hard now that I have been back full time trying to juggle all of that.
Yeah.
Because I basically work my 9 to 6 job. And then from 6:30 to like midnight, I'm working on Etsy and YouTube. And it's a lot. And so.
Yeah. Well, it even got to the point where like I had to start taking over a lot of the editing and I had never done any of that before.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it was also kind of cool too, because she just never really had time to like research like different like editing things and just different like YouTube stuff.
You probably noticed our videos have gotten fancier.
Yeah. And so I was like, I want to know how to do this. And so I researched it, figured it out. And like, and so it was it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah. So that's kind of our big announcement. The plan for the future is that I'm going to be doing my Etsy stuff full time. And we're hoping to do more with YouTube, more like monetization with YouTube, things like that. But what's also awesome is that with my job, I was never able to take off during the months of January through March because of prom season. It was too busy. We weren't able to do that. But now I can because I won't be working there.
Yeah. So,
which means we can go to Festival of the Arts.
Yeah.
So hopefully, maybe we have not booked anything and we're probably not going to book anything until like last minute. But hopefully if things calm down, we will get to go do that.
Yeah.
So that's the long-winded answer to are we going to Disney?
Yeah. Thank you everyone for your support. That really does mean a lot to us. So, and those of you that have bought ears and headbands and
yes, it seriously, like it fills me up so much to be able to just craft and create those things. And like,
and she loves it.
Your guys' like videos and posts and things like Allie, your video, I was watching that. I was literally like bawling because it was so kind. And my mom was freaking out and she was sharing it with everybody. And like, it was just like, it's stuff like that I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I was created for. This is what I was meant to be doing. And so it's just like, you guys seriously are like such a blessing. Just in the support that you guys have given us it's a big deal. It really is. But yeah, so, and then I think there was another question I saw on there. Where did it go?
We missed one like a mile up.
I'll answer Allie's because I just saw that one. Yes. So actually today I posted a new product in my Etsy shop. I have scrunchies now. It was really, had these like waiting to go for a really long time because it was really hard to get elastic because everybody's making face masks, which, is fine, but you can only buy 5 yards of elastic at a time, which isn't very much. So I'm in the process. I have more of them coming. I'm just now being able to make them. So I have scrunchies. I also have, I've kind of teased them a few times, but I have some up ears that I'm making that are adorable and I love them so much. I also have like, it's like a keychain. So it'll be like a little tiny embroidered hoop thing and it'll have like a tassel and they're really cute and I'm excited to make them. I'm waiting for my little hoops to come in so that I can start doing those. But I have that. I have more like baby headbands that I'm waiting to make. I'm wanting to do another series of embroidered headbands that are villains, which I'm pretty pumped about.
I'm excited for those.
Because there's some Yzma ones that I'm just like dying over.
Does anyone make Yzma ears?
Yeah, there's some. They're just harder to find. But like, yeah. So I do have more things coming. It's just, finding the time to actually get them made and posted and do all that stuff. But I do have lots of things coming.
When I wear my headbands to work, it brightens my residence day. Love them. I love that.
I love that. That's so fun.
Any other Disney food recipe vlogs coming up?
There was something I saw that I wanted to make. What was it? I want to make beignets. I do want to do that.
That sounds hard.
I found a recipe. It's on my Pinterest.
We can break in our new stove.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we haven't used that yet.
We've been in here, over a week?
Hey, we only just got all of our stuff hung up yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's fine. So I think so. I want to do another recipe vlog. I think that would be fun. What other questions?
Where do you get your clothes?
Target. Always Target.
Yep.
I feel like everything I own, like literally everything that we own is either from Target or IKEA.
Yep.
Like all of our furniture is from Target and IKEA. All of our clothes are from Target.
Yep.
I can't even think of anywhere else that I buy clothes. Old Navy.
Oh yeah, I do have some.
I'm so basic, y'all. So basic. I love it. What advice would you give for those who started to vlog?
We were just talking about this the other day.
We were. Start with what you have.
Yep.
It's a lot of work, and to do it well takes a lot of time. And it's one of those things, and you'll hear this a lot, is start with your iPhone. Start with something cheap. Start with what you have, because you don't buy a bunch of gear that you don't know how to use, because then you just get frustrated and quit. And honestly, that's so true, because you have to do a lot of research. I know for us, like we've only just recently really upgraded our gear because we really wanted to make sure, that we were really committed to doing this, and that we knew what it was that we were buying. And so like we started, I had a Canon G7X Mark II, and we filmed on that for pretty much our whole YouTube journey up until like
a few months ago.
March, I think.
Yeah, we used that for well over a year.
Yeah. And that camera was great. Dropped it on the ground, didn't die, like super durable, got the job done. But through that, we were able then to focus more on like, okay, what could we upgrade to? Like, what are going to be the best options for us? Things like that. Even too, like it taught me how to be more creative with my editing and how to use editing software better, because I didn't necessarily have the fanciest camera. And so you had to get a little bit more creative to make your videos a little better quality, things like that. And so it's just those little baby steps as far as like the technical side of it.
Yeah.
As far as like actually making videos,
use iMovie.
Yes. But I mean like scripting and like coming up with topics and things like that. Basically, you just have to keep making videos.
Yep.
Like you will not learn. You can do all the research in the world, but until you're actually like making videos, you won't make mistakes and you won't learn from those mistakes.
Yeah.
And so you just have to kind of keep going.
Yeah.
If you want an amazing channel to follow that has so many good tips on like being a YouTube creator, Think Media and Think Marketing. So Think Media, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
It's their two channels, but I've been like obsessed with them for the past
They have
month
a
and half.
podcast too.
Who, you guys, it is like life-changing. But they do all kinds of like camera gear reviews and things specifically for YouTube creators. Mm-hmm. So for people who vlog, their stuff is so good. But they also have a lot of tips on like how to script your videos, how to get more views, like by like teaching you like the algorithm and how to better like use keywords and things like that in your videos. But they also talk more about like creating more of a specific niche, which you guys have probably noticed. Like we've really been trying to become more narrow with debt-free Disney. Like that is our mission statement, and stuff. But like how that can really help your channel grow and stuff. Like seriously, it's so good, so good. So Think Media and Think Marketing. Check those out.
And those honestly, like a lot of people are like, no, I want a better camera than an iPhone or my cell phone.
We filmed on an iPhone this whole time.
All of our
B-roll
from all of our vlogs, because we have not really used our current camera on a Disney trip, because we only bought it back in like February, March. And so we haven't obviously gone on a trip since then. And so all of the B-roll on our vlogs on our channel are all shot on my iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can get really good video. Yep. Granted, we did have a gimbal, but that was like $100.
Yeah.
Which if that's all you want to, like if you need to spend a little bit of money, spend $100 and get yourself a gimbal.
Yeah.
Really great investment.
Yep.
But that's all you need. Like you really don't need a lot. So also Meredith, I'm really glad that you like your ears. The Rapunzel ones are some of my faves. Probably because Rapunzel's my favorite.
Yeah.
Just in general.
What are your other favorite princess ears that you did? The embroidered ones?
All of them.
I like the Jasmine ones.
I love the Ariel ones, which is hilarious because I don't like Ariel. I love the Merida ones. I love all of them. They're just I have a really hard time actually picking like which ones are my favorite because I like them all for different reasons.
Yep.
Which is like, I mean, I made them all, so of course I like them all, but like I really like cannot pick which ones are my favorites.
Yeah. Again, just to reiterate, if you guys have questions, we're going over the questions. If you're just now tuning in, we did a Q&A thing on Instagram.
Yes.
But if you did not get a chance to enter your question, be sure to enter it.
Hit those in the comments because we will answer those questions. Best restaurants for childless adults, like date night, non-character, quiet or less busy. anything at the resorts. That's what I would say. Like the nice restaurants at the resorts. Like Chico.
Victorian Alberts.
Okay, that's like a whole nother level. We need to do a video that's just about that. I don't know why we haven't.
It's like my favorite thing to talk about. Victorian Alberts.
Would you like to see a video where we just tell you about our experience at Victorian Alberts? Because this was like we weren't vlogging, and so we only have some pictures, but let us know if that's something you guys would want to see.
Best coffee ever.
Yeah. But honestly, like Chico's really great.
We do like Chico.
Not super popular, I would say, just because the food's a little, I don't want to call it weird because it's not weird. Like it was like we had steak and mac and cheese. Yeah. But it was African inspired.
We recreated that recipe too.
Yeah. Yeah, check that video out. That was fun. But like that's a really great one. I'm trying to think of where else that we've been. My brain is like blanking.
I know. I can't.
But honestly, that's what I would say is like those nicer restaurants that are in the resorts, because usually the resort restaurants themselves usually aren't as busy anyway. So those are always really great options, but also they are a little easier. Like if you want a dress up date night, sometimes it's a little weird to like dress up and then go to a theme park. I mean, you can, like, it's not that weird. Like people do it, but it feels fancier to like go to a resort and dress up and do that whole thing. Whereas at the parks, it can be a little, they're nice, but like you also have a bunch of people that have been sweating in the parks all day too. So,
bunch of people are saying California Grill.
Yes, that was the other one. I was like, I know there's somewhere else.
I would agree with that. Ohana. We've done Ohana for breakfast.
I want to do Ohana for dinner. So
we were supposed to eat there in April.
Supposed to, and that was like the one thing I think I was the most salty about is that we didn't get to go to Ohana.
Yeah, we've tried to eat there for dinner before, but we haven't been able to get reservations.
But we did get a last minute breakfast one, so if you ever want to do that,
we got it the night before.
It's a fun character breakfast, so that one's great.
The bread pudding, we've heard that.
I've heard.
Lauren, have you had what do they call it? The welcome bread, the pineapple bread.
Sure.
I think it's welcome bread, right?
I just want facefuls of that noodles. Like that's what I want so bad. Face full of noodles and the dumpling things.
Pot stickers.
I just want to eat a whole thing of those. That's what I want.
Oh, okay, Lauren. When you can go to Ohana for breakfast, you need to do it because the welcome bread, it's like
it has like pineapple chunks in it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Like it reminds me of almost like a cinnamon raisin bread kind of.
Yeah.
But it has pineapples in it.
And no cinnamon.
Right.
So not really like cinnamon raisin bread.
Well, kind of. Like it kind of has that sort of vibe to it, like the dried fruit bread thing. I don't know.
It's really good.
I like it.
Wait, do they have the pineapple bread at dinner too?
I don't know. Do they?
I don't know because we've never been there for dinner.
Oh, here's some good questions. Okay. Do you recommend using a travel agent to book your Disney vacation? Yes. Definitely. Yep. I will say it's kind of one of those things. Like for us, we don't always, just because we know how to book stuff and we like to do things a certain way. And so I won't always do it just because sometimes that is, I think, the only downside of having a travel agent is that like you can't like cancel anything yourself. Like there's some stuff like like if you're booking through a travel agent, you can't like change certain things on your reservation. Your travel agent has to, which is fine. Like that's not a big deal, but
you can't call and make a payment. Did you already say that?
Right. Yeah. You can't call and make a payment. You have to like your travel agent has to do it. Like that part's a little weird. So like if you're somebody that likes to have a lot of control over that kind of stuff, it is what it is. But if you've never been to Disney before, oh my word, you have to use a travel agent. Like you just have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some, and we actually are. We have a video that we're going to be doing in a few weeks. That's about that.
Yep.
So make sure you're subscribed so that you can check that out.
Narcoossee's is very good, and you can watch.
That was the other place we were.
Watch the fireworks from the dock. Yeah, we were supposed to eat there in April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yes to Victorian Alberts video. I've always wanted to go with my husband. So we went in 2017. It was like our
honeymoon trip.
It was like our honeymoon trip. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
If you don't know what this place is,
you're going to drop like $1,000. Just prepare yourself.
Not $1,000.
Well, you're pretty close. It's not $1,000.
If you get caviar.
That's exaggeration, but you might as well. It feels like you are. So
yeah. If you get caviar, you're definitely dropping $1,000.
If you buy their glacier water.
Okay, this was like the first super fine dining experience that I had ever done. And they asked me like if I wanted to view a water menu. And I'm like,
I'll take some tap.
Yeah, like
I'll take some of that river water from Skipper Canteen.
Yeah.
Have they ever asked you guys that? Is that a normal thing, or was that just a thing that our waiter did?
Yeah.
He asked us if we wanted river water or something else.
Swamp water.
Yeah. I was like, what? Because it was kind of loud and I didn't like totally hear what he said. And I was like, what?
I said river water.
It was very funny.
They at Topolino's, they ask you if you want still water or did they say sparkling water?
Yeah.
Or still water? And I was like,
can I have some tap water?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like still water.
Can I have the water
but
that's free? Yes, there are some waters that you have to pay for at Disney, believe it or not.
Yeah. So at Victorian Alberts, they had water.
Don't give it all away. We're going to talk about it in our video.
Well, I already started. It was water that was melted from a glacier. How much was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
That was like so many years ago.
We still have our menus. We should bust those out for that video.
Yeah. Would y'all ever become DVC members? Maybe.
We would move there first.
I think we would move there first. For us, I think it would just be more worth it. Because I think the thing is too is that if you're a DVC member, you still have to pay for flights. You still have to pay for food. You still have to buy your park tickets every year. And there's a lot of that stuff that like
we're already paying.
Which is fine. Like it's not a big deal. But I'm just like, I think if I'm gonna drop that much money, I would rather drop that much money and move. Totally. That way I could just go all day, every day.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to. But I'm not like opposed to becoming a DVC member. You know, if we just like blow up and become famous YouTubers and make millions of dollars and we just want to drop it on that, then sure, that's not going to happen. Yep. But, you know.
Lauren asked, would you dedicate a few days on your next trip to other Florida ventures?
I think it depends on how long the trip is. I
think if anything, we would just like explore because we really do want to move there eventually. Like it probably won't happen for a few years.
Don't tell my mom. She'll get really mad.
Whatever. She's not watching. So I think we honestly would just like drive around and like I think
see the
area, but I think we would do like local restaurants, like local coffee shops. Mm-hmm. Like I think if anything, like Universal would maybe be like the one thing that we do.
Here's the thing about Universal.
Oh boy. What did I do?
I love Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
That is all I care about. That is all I care about.
I want to do Harry Potter.
Even Harry Potter, I'm like, I wasn't allowed to watch it growing up. And so I don't really have the emotional connection to Harry Potter that the rest of the world does. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool and I want to see it. But we're not huge ride people. Like thrill rides, like I can only do like one and I'm like good. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Universal just doesn't appeal to me as much.
I love rides.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember how like I wanted to ride Tower of Terror
I think the only
for so long,
I think
and
the
you would
only
not do
real
it.
like amusement park that we went on scary rides was Worlds of Fun, and that day was terrible.
Oh, okay. So if
was awful.
if you guys ever go, if you're ever near Kansas City,
you go to Worlds of Fun,
which I don't recommend.
There's a ride that's like in like this like shed looking thing, and it's called Twister or something or other. Don't do it.
It looks super sketchy from the outside. It looks super sketchy from the outside.
Literally the worst day of my life.
There's like nothing like saying what it is. And if you guys have ever done like a scrambler like at a fair, so it's basically like that. So it's like,
hi Bob and Kelly. Oh my gosh, did you guys just get back?
I think they did. Did you get back yesterday? I think it was yesterday, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So a scrambler, like it turns like this, right? Like flat. This thing like turns while it's spinning. And so
it was awful.
Yeah. And so the
gravity of it, like I'm like smashing him
Yeah.
into this door, and I really thought we were gonna like fly out of it because it was just held by like a little pin. And I was just like, I'm going to die. This is the day that I die. And I was so sick, and we couldn't ride anything else. We just like rode the train the rest of the time. And I was like, let's go home. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Random non-Disney question. Have you ever been to Universal? If so, any advice?
California. I've been to California, and that one was cool.
Well, I think she probably meant Universal Orlando.
I have not been to Universal Orlando.
We've not.
But I did in California, and I cried when I saw the Jurassic Park thing because I didn't know that they had. Again, this was like before Kayla really knew things. And I was walking, and I turned the corner, and I saw the giant doors, and I was just like so overwhelmed with joy that I was just like bawling there in the middle of the theme park because I love Jurassic. Like that is my all-time favorite of anything ever. Like I could watch those movies all day, every day.
Yeah.
Love it. So whenever that new coaster is done, we'll go to Universal.
Are you sure? Because we were watching someone's video about it the other day, and you're like, that ride looks terrifying.
No, I don't think it was that. I think it was a different ride that looked terrifying. That one looked fine.
Oh. Okay. Winter Garden is close to Disney. I recommend it. We've heard a lot of good things about Winter Garden and Windermere, and
I also want to go to Legoland.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theme parks I want to eventually, but we gotta. I don't know. It's just there's so little time.
We want to go to Celebrate. I want to go to Celebration.
I do want to go to Celebration. That is so cute.
But yeah, like honestly, every time we've gone, we literally go to the Disney bubble and never leave until it's time to go to the airport.
So next time we go, Lauren, you'll have to show us around. You'll have to show us the ropes, okay?
We'll treat you to like dinner or something, but you pick. I
have another question here.
Hold on. We'll get through these first.
Oh, okay.
I think we're good. You guys got back last night. I want to know all the details. And you guys are going.
You're going next week too, aren't you?
You're leaving this weekend?
Something like that.
I'm jealous. I miss it so much.
Yeah. It was hitting me yesterday. I was like, oh, I want to go.
You guys leave Sunday. Dang.
That's fun.
I hope you guys
Lucky ducks.
Have such an awesome trip. Stay safe. We are definitely. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know where you were going with that.
I like brain glitch.
We're jealous? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a question here. How do you keep track of your progress to pay off debt for a Disney vacation or save up for one? So we actually have a video about this that we just filmed earlier today that is all about this. But basically, we literally have an Excel sheet, and each thing is broken up. We have everything's broken up into different categories. And then we have like a few subcategories so that we pretty much know exactly how much we will need for our trip. And it's one of those things too, like we've got enough now that we kind of know generally how much we're going to spend. And so once we get that number, then for like our savings, because we don't use credit cards or anything, so we have to have everything saved up. We will take the number of weeks between like now and when we would be going and take that big number and chop it up into weeks. And like every week, because we get paid like every other week. So like I get paid on the off weeks that he gets paid.
Yeah.
If that makes
sense.
We
get a check every week.
Checked. Yeah. So basically we will save that amount every single week until our trip. That way, for us, it's easier because you're taking it out of each paycheck versus like, oh, this month we have to save this much. And then you're trying to like figure out where to get all of that from. If you just know like, okay, we need to save $100 every single week, it just makes it easy because you can just like, it's just like automatic. So that's definitely how we do that. If we're paying off a trip, you could honestly kind of do the same method where you have a goal of when you want to have that paid off by. And like every week you do that amount to pay it off kind of thing.
Or another thing that I would do, like if you're paying debt off, is like once you get a paycheck, like do your budget, pay your bills, like save some back for groceries, things like that. And then anything left over, like throw it at debt, get rid of it so you're not tempted to spend it.
Yes. Yeah. And then also like visuals, like I'm a big person that's about like having a visual motivator. And so having like a chart that you fill in as you go, or
like a thermometer,
like even just like pictures of Disney hanging on your wall, just as a reminder of like what you're working for. Like I always find that stuff helps. But yeah. Oh, and then this one, switching topics again. Life question. Do you plan on paying cash when buying a home? Yes and no.
This is a really funny question.
So
who asked this question?
Hillary.
Hillary, you opened a can of worms.
So we want to move into a tiny house.
For real.
Like legit, like on wheels, like a tiny house on wheels. Like that is our dream and goal. And we're doing it, like committed. As to when that will actually happen.
Bye, Lauren.
Bye.
Hillary's like, that was me.
But like the idea of owning a house really stresses me out. Like I just don't want to do it. Like I don't like, I can't, like cleaning is hard for me. The idea of like having to clean like a house, I'm just like, I can't. Like I would have to hire a maid because I can't do it. It stresses me out. And I'm just like, I don't know. We really like the idea of living minimalistic and debt free and not having like a lot, like, and like the idea of getting a mortgage is like, no offense to anybody, it's just stupid to me. Like I'm just like, why on earth would I do that? Like I don't judge anybody that does that. Like that's fine, you do you. I don't really care. For us, I'm just in that mindset of like, we are not going into debt. We're not doing it. That I just like, I can't even like wrap my brain around the idea of having a mortgage. And so, which I know we pay rent right now, which is like whatever kind of thing, but her rent's really not that much, so it's fine. But really I want to pay cash for a tiny house. We got to figure out where to park it because that's not really a popular thing in the Midwest yet, but that is the dream. We have our layout all like planned out and everything. Like
tiny house, those would be amazing vlogs. So that's
gonna be our second channel.
That's gonna be my channel. We
already decided. We're like, okay, whenever we move into our tiny house, that'll be what Mark Allen's account will turn into, his tiny living. So it's fun. But there are tiny house communities in Florida. There's lots of them.
There are. We've researched it. There's one in Orlando.
There's a ton of them.
But it's like it's a super long waiting list to like get in and park your tiny house there. Yeah. Tiny House Village. So they are actually building one where we live, although it's not on wheels.
It's foundational, which I don't like that.
Yeah. It's basically like the size of an apartment, but in a house.
But it's like an independent structure. Which they're cool. Like we've seen some of the stuff, and they're building a model right now for one of them. But I think
it's a really bad investment.
Yeah, I think because the thing with the ones on wheels is that you can park it in a beautiful location whenever you want to move out, like whenever you don't want to live in it anymore. Find a really good parking spot for it, and you can rent it out as an Airbnb
or if you want to move,
whatever.
You just take your house with you.
With the foundational ones, because it is kind of a fad and a trend, the resale market on those is going to be really terrible.
Yeah.
And that community has already stated that they're not allowing any Airbnb or rentals. And so I'm like,
good luck selling that.
You're basically stuck in that forever. And they're still pretty expensive. And so I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's still well over $100,000.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
I need my room. Yeah, we get that.
But like we like follow a whole bunch of tiny house like YouTube and Instagram accounts, and there's actually someone in town that we know that like builds them and stuff. And so I'm like, oh, I just want it so bad.
Yep.
We have to pay off our student loans first though.
Yep.
Tiny houses. Sorry, I need my room.
Yep.
You know. It's kind of a weird thing, and we know that. And it's always like we always go back and forth about it with our parents because they just don't.
They don't get it.
We live in the Midwest, and that like like having a big house is like what you do. Like you get married, you have kids, and you have a big house, and that's like what you do. And I'm just like, that's fine. That's your life. I just don't want any of that.
Well, and like the housing market here is like, it's actually really expensive. Were you going to say cheap?
Yeah.
Well, if you want like a junk house, but.
Well, compared to like other places, the Midwest is very expensive.
Okay. Yeah. Compared to like California.
Well, even like anything on the coast.
Transform a shed. We could do that.
We could do that. I love it. But yeah, so that's the life goal.
Totally Midwest thing. Big house and 2.5 kids.
Yep.
What? 2.5? What does that mean?
It's a joke. It's true though. It really is.
Is it like this half?
Like people think we're
half?
crazy because we don't want kids, and I'm just like, again, it's like the house thing. Like it just stresses the idea of having a child. Like stresses me out. Like more than anything. No, I'm good.
If you guys on Netflix watch Tiny House Nation, and you'll see why, or maybe not.
What?
Tiny House Nation.
See why what?
See why we want, or it will just make you realize that we're done.
It's fine. I think that was all my questions.
Was that all of them?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was all my questions.
Cool.
At least for that. So a few other things I wanted to tell you guys about is our cool shirts that we have.
You probably noticed it's like...
So we've been waiting to get these in, and I freaking love them. So we have a Teespring where we have a whole bunch of shirts, and I just updated and put like a whole bunch more shirts on there. And if you guys have ideas for shirts that we should make, you should let me know. But they are available, and I think the link for it should be in the description of this video too. But we have,
I can check.
I'm pretty sure because I think it's in our like standard thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is in the link on this video.
But so we have our Go Create Your Ever After, and there's like a little Mickey Mouse head, and then this logo is like on the back.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Can you see it?
It's on the back. And then I also have like a tank top version of this that's just the Go Create Your Ever After, and it doesn't have the Mickey head. But and then I also have these, but the ones I made, the logos are a little bit smaller than this.
Bye, Tiffany.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. But I have a tank top version of this too, and I freaking love the tank top, and I've worn it like every day for the past 2 weeks.
Is that what you smelled?
Whatever. I wore it like lounging. I worked every day, so I didn't wear it to work, but at home I like put it on. It's great, and I love them. So
thanks, Lisa.
If you guys want some cool Hemphilly Ever After swag, make sure you check that stuff out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we haven't like broadcasted it like a whole lot because we wanted
to get some first to make sure that it was like good. Quality. But it actually is. I'm pretty nice. They actually screen print it, which I appreciate because there was a couple that we got and I took them off the shop because I was like, these are weird. They like literally like printed the fabric. Like it wasn't screen print. Like it was literally like they put like white fabric through a printer and it printed like the whole design on it. Yeah.
So like it was a green shirt, but like green.
Like they printed the color of the shirt. It was weird. I didn't like it. So I took those off the shop. So, but these ones are really nice and I like them a lot. And they come in like a bajillion colors. Yep. So yeah. So if you guys want to check those out, those are available now.
Kelly's taking your ears to Disney.
Oh, you should take some cute pictures and send them to me.
Don't feel obligated to do that.
But you should send me some pictures.
You guys get to see the new castle.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I guess people will actually get to see it in person.
There were some pictures I saw on Twitter today from the ground, and I was like, it looks so good.
So much better from the ground than from the sky.
It
looks really, at least in video. I don't know what it looks like.
It's weird that it looks like the color. It looks completely different from the ground versus like from California Girl, like shooting into the park. Not California Girl, the contemporary, but yeah.
Yeah.
Amy said, I am very sad that we had to cancel our September trip and my girls don't get to wear the Marie headbands I got them.
Oh. Well, hopefully you guys will get to go soon.
Yeah. Hopefully we all get to go soon.
Yes.
Without like having to make reservations and all of that stuff. So.
Someday.
Are you laughing at how much of a dork I am?
Yes. Oh, man. Also, I have a Pinterest account now, too. If any of you guys are Pinteresters, I post all of our, I post a lot of, trip planning tips. And, of course, I post, new designs for my ears and all of that kind of stuff. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's also Hemphilly Ever After, just as everything that we have is Hemphilly Ever After.
Yep.
But I do have that set up, too. There's some really good stuff on there. So there's some fun. There's even a board on there that's, Disney at Home. And so there's, a bunch of, different, recipes and activities and things that you can do while you're trying to get through these Disney blues. So that's always fun.
You may have already said, but what are your plans for going back?
So we kind of touched on this earlier, but I quit my job to do Etsy and YouTube and stuff full time. You didn't quit your job. You're trying to go down to part-time. Yeah. I don't know if I will get to stay on part-time though.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I quit my job with an asterisk.
Yeah.
But because of that, we are hoping, as long as the world calms down, to go sometime early next year for Festival of the Arts. That is not have anything booked.
Yeah.
We'll probably wait to get stuff booked until last minute.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't the smartest thing. But I'm also we had our trip in April that got canceled. So we rescheduled it to the end of July, early August.
What, July like 28th, 29th?
Mm-hmm. But because of all the stuff, I was like, I don't want to spend this much money to do this. So we ended up canceling that one. And so I'm like, I don't want to plan any more trips because I'm going to just be disappointed again if we do. Because that was already like a huge bummer. Because we've been planning that April trip for literally like 2 years. Which I know we're not the only ones that we're dealing with.
I think for us, we had honestly been like thinking about this trip since like 2017. And then we finally booked it in 2019. Was it 2019?
I have no idea.
I don't remember when we officially booked it, but
probably 2019 because I don't think you could book it earlier than that.
Yeah, we were going with some good friends of ours, like our best friends, and they were both in the college program there, and so they were excited to go back and like show us some things that like we didn't know about the parks, and 2 weeks at Disney, and it was we totally get where everyone is right now and missing the parks. But
also these prints we got off of Etsy.
Yep.
So it's just the print. So the frames we bought at Michael's. But the prints were cool. You basically get to just like download them, and then we sent them on. We printed them through Vistaprint.
There's one for each park.
Yes.
Hold on, I'm gonna move you guys.
Ooh, you make me nervous. There we go.
There.
It was fun because it has the park, and then it has the year that the park opened on it.
Yeah.
So we like those. And then we have our cool map-a-full maps.
Oh yeah, maybe you can see those back there.
Over there.
Oh, sorry for the light.
Because you can do those for literally anywhere in the world that you
want. So you can kind of see them back there.
They also have some other really cool. I was on there the other day, and they have some other cool stuff. They have like you can do like a photo, and then but the photo's made out of words. So I think their example, it was like a picture of a dog, and it was something about like the caption was like, a dog is something best friend, something or other. But like literally the whole picture was just made out of those words over and over and over again. So those are really cool.
On Mapiful?
Yeah. And then they also have like constellation ones. So you can do like a constellation. There's really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Which I have an affiliate link for that too, which I'll put it in the description after this video if you guys are interested in those. But I'm obsessed with those. They're so cool.
The thing that I love about these prints and like the maps back there is that it's Disney, but it's not like
in your face.
Yeah, it's very subtle. Like obviously like this is, the castle, Epcot,
Mm-hmm.
But if someone was just like coming in and like,
they wouldn't be like, wow, your house is Disney threw up.
Yeah.
Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not our style.
And if it's our colors, we love it.
Black and white and gray, everything.
Yep.
I love it.
What new rides attractions are you most excited to see? Mine is Guardians of the Galaxy. Meredith said that. Probably Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah, because we were going to get to do that, and then we didn't get to do that. That one I'm very excited
I am excited for that one. I'm also excited for Guardians.
We've also haven't done the Star Wars rides either.
No. So funny story about those. So we've not been on Smuggler's Run or Rise of the Resistance yet. And honestly, like we haven't done a whole lot in Galaxy's Edge because we
were saving it for the April trip
with our friends
that we didn't get to go on.
Yeah.
And so then we were like kicking ourselves because we were like, man, we could have rode Millennium Falcon with a 20-minute wait. It's fine. I'm not salty.
Yes. Yeah, Lisa. So you guys had to cancel. Yeah, so you guys had to cancel 2 trips. Yeah, we totally get that. Yeah,
it's rough.
It's rough, and so we've been watching a lot of old vlogs of ours, of other people's, listening to like D Parks radio.
We should do a video about how to plan a last-minute trip. Because I feel like that's going to be happening a lot.
Yeah. And
more.
we've done that.
Just because I feel like right now it's so hard to plan anything because you just don't know.
Yeah.
Well, like even the way they're doing stuff right now, like you can't really make reservations for stuff. I mean, you can, but like who knows if you get to actually keep them or not. And
I bet Bob and Kelly have some good tips.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Amy says, yes, please. We'll do that.
Okay.
We'll add that to our list.
Okay. What is your opinion on redesigning of Splash Mountain?
Girl, you are just opening up all kinds of cans of worms tonight.
We're bummed because we've only ridden Splash as it currently is once.
Here's my thing. Don't get mad at me, y'all. Be nice. This is just how I feel. I understand why they're doing it. I do think that it is very cool, and I do think that the new theming is going to be really amazing. I do think that it's silly that they feel like it's just hard because I feel like the movie Song of the South that it is loosely based on, most people don't know. Your average person is not going to know about that movie. I did not know about that movie until very recently. And the ride itself is not racist. And so I think for me, I just have a little bit of a hard time with like I get it. Like I get it and I understand. I also think that it wasn't necessarily like necessary. But I understand.
Although I'm excited because
I am excited. I think it's going to be really cool.
Because that ride is so long, they have so much time to be able to tell that story in such great detail. Like,
well, and it's cool because there really isn't anything Princess and the Frog in the parks, and I think that that's amazing. I think that's going to be super cool.
Yeah,
like for sure. I think it is one of those things where I am sad because we really did only get to ride that one time. And it's just, I don't know, very classic Disney. And I think of like the show, was it on the Imagineering Story or was it on something else where they talked about like the history of like how that ride came to be and how that was one of the first rides that was like about 100% about immersing into a story kind of thing. Like it's sad to me that piece of history is gonna be gone, I guess. I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, it's tough because like the ride is a very famous ride. Mm-hmm. Like I think it's even more famous to like someone that hasn't gone for the first time. Like when they see that log go down, Hillary. Like when they see that log go down and splash, like it's like, oh man, like this is Disney. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because there's rides that are way older than that. I mean, Splash Mountain only opened in the 90s and it's just that very iconic. And I think a lot of that was like the Full House episode where they go to Disney, but that made that ride really famous. But yeah, I'm excited for it. The music in Princess and the Frog is so good. Mm-hmm. Like I'm just curious, like what to see how they're gonna do, like the final drop, like how they're gonna fit that into the story. I don't know. Because I've heard like a lot of people are like gonna say that like the climb is going like, are you ready? Are you ready? You know that part.
Can you do that again?
No. You can rewind later. The reason I'm a little bit bitter is because I'm worried about Country Bears Jamboree is next.
You're not wrong.
Honestly,
we've never actually seen that.
No, we haven't. We've watched videos on it.
I've seen the Country Bears movie. That's like totally not even the same thing.
There's a movie?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's
I hate to
haven't
say
actually
it,
seen the show.
but I'm with you, Hillary. I think some of those rides, I think, and attractions, like as iconic as they are, I don't know.
To me, I feel like there's probably just some things that I've heard from Country Bears. I feel like that's a little bit more offensive than Splash Mountain. I feel like there's just like some jokes in there that they throw that you're just like, what? Did they just say that? Like, and it may have not been the context, but like, again, we haven't seen the show. I've just like seen quips of things from that. So I don't know.
Who knows?
That's just me. So sorry, don't mind me. My throat's still.
Yeah, I think the other thing too is that, I mean, you've already seen it with like Hyperspace Mountain, like where they're starting to redo some of those rides. But I really hope that one thing they do with Splash Mountain is they make it not break down all the freaking time.
What are you talking about?
Like, I feel like it's always broken down.
No, it's the both times that we went that it was closed. It was because it was closed for for the renovation,
But,
like their routine maintenance.
Okay, yes, but it does break down all the time.
All the rides at Disney.
Well, the other reason why it breaks down is because of all of those animatronics. Like, there was a video that we watched. I think it was that. I think it was that same video that we watched about like the making of Splash Mountain or something. Ah, gosh, was that? I can't remember if it was Imagineering Story, but there was like an animatronic that like kept breaking. I think it was It was Brer Rabbit, that animatronic, and like how many millions of dollars they've poured into that darn animatronic, and it still like breaks all the time.
I am curious to see how they incorporate the theming. I do feel like it's going to be a lot more like swamp, like bayou heavy on the outside of it, because I feel like that's the only way to like really make it fit. But it is also kind of that weird like in between like that and Liberty Square area.
Well, and the other
that they could tie in some of the like more like French Quarter type stuff, but I feel like it will probably end up being more like the bayou is what it will look like.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely think it's going to be more bayou focused.
Mm-hmm. Just because there's a lot more of like, because it's a lot of like the rock work and stuff that's out there right now, but like I think there's like the wood part of it, like there's a lot of like the wood tree swampy stuff. And then maybe like on the inside, that's where they'll have more of like the Mardi Gras and the like that kind of stuff.
And here's the other thing that I would agree with you, because if you think about it, Tom Sawyer Island is right across the way. And so I definitely think it's going to be very easy to focus on pulling that like bayou part out of it, just because it's like Tom Sawyer Island can kind of like, they're not going to retheme that, I don't think, but I think they're going to try to pull some of that over. Mm-hmm. But Mark said WDW Frontierland has about 4 of the themes already. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Okay, Meredith, yes. If we don't get beignets in Magic Kingdom,
the beignets.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Disney Digest. How are you guys? I really want them to do Tiana's Place.
Oh, is that the one that's on the cruise line? Or is that
no? It's just like themed after her restaurant. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes. I was thinking of the cruise line restaurant. What's that called? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
That's what popped in my head. But yes, that makes sense too. That's the restaurant.
Tiana's restaurant on the ship. Okay. Tiana's Place.
Is that what it's called? So I was right.
Oh, is it the same name?
I don't know. I've never been on it.
Okay. Yeah. But there was a restaurant. I saw like someone like took a picture of inside of the restaurant. I think it was what's it called? The Diamond Horse? Hold on. Diamond Horseshoe?
Yeah.
Yes. Hold on. I'm looking at the map right now.
Is that restaurant even open? I don't think that restaurant's even open right now.
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah. So the diamond, someone put a picture of the inside of the Diamond Horseshoe next to like a screenshot of the movie. And it's funny, like how much it looks like Tiana's place from the movie. All they would have to do is like throw up some paint, call it good, do a little retheming, boom. The only thing is like how
It'd be
far
so
away.
fun because they could have all the cast members, like the waiters and stuff, could be like in 1920s, like
Flapper
outfits.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
It does, Mark. It fits the layout perfectly. Yeah, it would be really small.
Let's just take over Disney and we'll just like redo it ourselves.
We can,
How about that?
we can be like the new Imagineers.
Imagineer 2.0.
More like 0.5.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the tough part is one, how far away the Diamond Horseshoe is from Splash Mountain. So like, how would they do that?
Mm-hmm.
And also like the Diamond Horseshoe is like, if they redid it to Tiana's place, like it would, I don't know, it would not fit the theme of that land very well.
They would have to do some retheming in the land.
Amateur Imagineers, yep.
Yeah.
Where does a Tangled ride go? Okay, why do we not have?
Oh my gosh!
Why do we
like
not have more
dream.
Tangled stuff than freaking bathrooms?
I love those bathrooms. I love that whole area. I love to just sit in that area. Like that's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
I have a lot of favorite things, but I just really enjoy that area.
So it's funny how close is there? I'm gonna pull up the map. Is there anything like behind Haunted Mansion? Like, is there show buildings or something back there? Like, what if they just built a ride like behind the bathrooms, and the bathrooms was like the entrance to that land?
Like Harry Potter, like whatever it's called.
What?
Diagon Alley, where you like go through. It's like a secret, and then it's like
you go through like a back,
boom, and then it's like a whole land.
You like have to go through the bathroom to get into the land. It's like a back door.
That would be hilarious.
Hold on.
What other questions do you guys have? We'll answer a few more questions because we've been on here for a really long time. But let us know. Mark Allen's looking up a map.
Is that it? Okay. So yeah, so they couldn't really do that super well. So we'll see if you guys can see this. So like you can see the bathrooms there, and then that giant white thing is the show building for Haunted Mansion. So like right here is basically the Tangled bathrooms. And so you'd have to go through like all of that and buy like the Haunted Mansion show building to get back there. So yeah, there's really no way that they could do that. At least right there.
Sad day.
Sad day.
Oh well, it's okay.
Dang. I guess that's why we are Imagineers, you guys.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think that we've been rambling at you guys for long enough now.
Well, thank you for coming to our TED
guys.
Talk on Imagineering.
Yes. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
We're really excited for this next step and chapter in our lives, and in our YouTube journey and in our Etsy journey and all of these things. And we really, really, really appreciate your guys' continued support. If you want to know more ways of like how you guys can support us, share, tell your friends about us, about our YouTube, about Etsy, like all those things. Get some cool merch, swag stuff. Like I said, I will be having some new stuff in our Etsy. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I am working on a like planner, like a Disney planner agenda book thing that'll have like a whole bunch of like budgeting and like dining planning and like packing lists and like all kinds of fun stuff. I don't know when that's going to be done or when that's going to come out, but I'm working on it. So that will be coming soon. And yeah, so we've got all that fun stuff.
All right. We've gone on for an hour and a half. You guys are probably tired of listening to us. So, on that note, we're going to head out. And unless you guys have any more questions. But, all right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good evening. Good night.
Bye. Why is this not working? Okay. Bye. End.
It says no. It's trying. You're getting too
Okay, bye.
angsty.